Hi everybody, it's time for Bedtime Stories. I am Mr. E and I am your host, and tonight's episode is entitled Voracious. In a normal time, in a normal place, on a normal planet, there existed a woman named Bertha. Bertha was quite large and in charge. In fact, to the food-serving brethren of the town, she was known as the Wandering Land Whale. Bertha the Land Whale was well known throughout the town. She would stop in many times a day to suck her body weight of caloric intake, thrice that amount, often. And she would wash it down with a diet soda every time. Diet soda. Every time. And it was time. It was time for her to engage in the travel to the food dispensary. Oh, yeah. And as she oozed herself out of bed, as she waddled to her car, and as she slithered into the front seat, the car tipped over and the shocks uttered the gaseous sound that they make many times a day. Get out of the car, you fat bitch. And as she started the car and rolled it down the road, looking for her caloric victims of the night, she rolled into the parking lot. And the fast food workers saw her, and they did not rejoice, for they all uttered one word out of their mouth. 2 words, in fact. Oh, shit. Except for one. We have a hero. Someone who will oppose Bertha the Land Whale's caloric intake and her voracious appetites. One shall stand against her villainy. And his name was Mike. She rolled up to the ordering station, and she gave her order, high in calories, high in salt, high in grease, with 2 diet sodas to match. She pulled forward to the window, and Mike began handing her food after she had handed him money. And as the bags had been passed, he passed her sodas, and then handed her straws. And then, when she poked the soda with the straw, sucked the liquids into her mouth, she made a horrified gasp, threw the pop at the window, and said to Mike, "How dare you? How dare you feed me regular soda? I asked for diet. I asked for diet." Mike then looked at her. A smile, an evil smile, crept over his face. And he looked at her and said to her, epically, like it's really gonna matter, slammed the window closed, turned around, ripped his shirt off, threw it at the manager with total contempt in his eyes, put his middle fingers high in the air, and said to everybody in the restaurant, "Man, fuck y'all, I'm out of here, peace." And he walked out the door, smiles aplenty. Just then he heard a car door open and slam, and he looked to his side and saw Bertha, all 700 pounds of her, charging at him with rage and anger in her heart. And he looked at her, smiled, and said to himself, like it's really gonna matter. And just as that last word entered his mind, he saw her rise up off the ground, all 700 pounds, and coming down upon him, crushing him instantly, killing him almost as instantly. She was arrested that day. She was tried and sentenced for murder. She served many years in jail. And then one day she was let free. She walked out of the jail, a free woman, a thin woman. There was no fast food joints in the pen, just low grade, low quality filler food. And because of this, she was now a thin and productive woman. And she decided to visit that fast food dispensary where she killed that boy that day. And as she rolled up to the ordering station, she ordered herself a chicken salad and a soda. When the other person asked her if she wanted regular or a diet, she replied back to the person, like it really matters. Thank you for tuning in to Bedtime Stories. Have a good evening.